Yes, sir, sir. It's your boy K with you. I'm number one draft pick. We are live from the Anajar Levine Studios. It's time. It's Rec Room time. That's right, y'all. You know what it is, man. Thursdays from 4 to 6 p.m. We are invading the airwaves as usual. And I got my guy from the gang. That's right, Mr. Bobby G from the Audible Sports Podcast, where life and sports meet culture. Bobby G, welcome to the show. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Where is LeBron James going? I seen him at the grocery store last night.
We'll normally get into.
Oh? Yeah, I seen him at Whole Foods last night.
Oh,
man. I said, what's up, big fella?
Yeah, we stepping into places we don't normally go today because, of course, the world has been turned on its ear as the World Cup has taken center stage. So, Bobby G, for some odd reason, I think we got to do it, bro. You ready?
Later.
We might as well go ahead and talk about a little soccer. Let's go!
This is Rec Room Sports. Olympians carrying the torch, going where they don't go. We ain't lost. From the optics to the topics, we got this with synopsis. Think outside the boxes like Jay on the mic or your boy K Witt. Joe is my coach, T Sweat on the mix. All sports, even if you catch fish like Nate Diaz catches fist. You need to catch this episode, it's a can't miss. We go live and you should subscribe and X's and O's. We made our plan, yo.
Yes, sir, that's right, man. Right here from the Anajar Levine Studios, it's your boy K Witch, my number one draft pick, and we are live. That's right, Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. It's the gang from the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. Now, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, we're going to have a little bit of fun today as we do our thing. So, of course, with me is my guy, Cleveland's own, but Las Vegas is home. One time for the big homie. Bobby G, what it do?
You are too kind, sir. You're too kind. Nah, what's good with it, man? Happy Thursday. Hey, a lot going on here in Vegas. If you ain't in Vegas, man, you're a sports fan, I don't know what you're doing, man. We got UIBL going on. We got Summer League going on. Hey, get out here, man.
And that's for sure, man. I can't lie. This is one of those summers where the Summer League for basketball and EYBL back to back, the Aces winning.
Hey.
Listen, it's and in no time, a team from the NBA will be in Las Vegas. You heard it here first, folks. But of course, y'all know me. It's your boy K Witch, my number one draft pick. Please do us a huge favor. Join us on our social media if you have not, or if you've been living under a rock. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do it on X or / Twitter. That's at Rec Room Sports. On Instagram, _ Rec Room Sports. On the TikTok, that's at Rec Room Sports Hub. And on YouTube, that's at THEE Rec Room Sports Hub. And of course, I got to give a shout out to everybody out there on the road, all my drivers, all my Uber drivers, all my truck drivers, what it do. Make sure you keep it in between the mustard and the mayonnaise for me, please. All right. This is how we get the show started, right? We do a little game we call
Hold up, son. Word.
What's the word? Up.
So we're going to play a little What's the Word? So, Bobby G, you know how we do, man. We got some headlines, some things we missed from last week. So let's go ahead and get right to it. So, of course, it's All-Star time, Bobby G. So the WNBA All-Stars were announced on July the 2nd, right around the same time. Guess what happened? The MLB All-Stars were announced. It's crazy. It's All-Stars everywhere. So, of course, you know, the WNBA has a particular way in which they do their selection process, which involves weighted voting from the fans with about 50%, 25% from the players, and also 25% from the media. And as I speak on 25%, here goes 25% of the gang right here. Uncle Scott Cole, welcome to the show. Uncle Scott!
What's up?
All right, now, and then, of course, you're right on time, Uncle Scott, because we were just talking about the MLB All-Star starters being announced, along with the WNBA All-Star starters. So the WNBA and the MLB right around the same time is happening. So I need to know, gentlemen, All-Star selections for both leagues.
Hold up, son. Word.
What's the word?
What's the word for these All-Star teams, man?
Major League Baseball American League team is ridiculously bad. Ridiculously bad.
Oh, no.
It's awful. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
you got 3 Red Sox on there. You got 3 Tigers on there. Those have been 2 of the worst teams in baseball right now. So WNBA is what it is. I mean, you expected to be there. Those players got there. So.
Okay, Bobby G, ridiculously bad to get us started. What you got, bro?
Well, being a Cleveland fan, I'd say surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, we had 3 All-Stars named, 2 of which essentially are rookies. One for sure, rookie made his major league debut this season, about a month into the season, and selected to the All-Star game. Our second baseman, Travis Pizzana, and one of our starting pitchers, Parker Messick, my bad, made his debut at the end of last season. So I know he still meets the whatever criteria to be considered a rookie, even though he made his debut last season. So yeah, that was surprising. If anybody, we usually have one usual suspect to make the All-Star game. That's Jose Ramirez, who did not make it this year. He's been injured. So yeah, surprising that we got 3. Not only did we get 3, but 2 rookies. That's shocked. I'm pretty sure all Guardians fans are shocked.
Yeah, shocking or shocked is a good word, especially in the world of Cleveland sports. And then, of course, in my lane, I'm gonna kind of stick with like a group of words, because this is the regular scheduled program for the WNBA. In my mind, as you look at the list, you know what it is, man. Okay, we got Caitlin Clark. We already know she's going to be up there somewhere. Her fans will not let her not be in this game. We know that. Olivia Miles from the Minnesota Lynx, Asia Wilson, Jessica Shepard from the Wings is a surprise right there. Like, I like this, but somewhere in what I thought was going to happen with the WNBA, man, I thought we were going to be talking about Kennedy Carter, but of course we're going to get into that a little later. But of course, as we talk about the small market surprises from the MLB, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Milwaukee Brewers, Otto Lopez from the Miami Marlins. Big shout out to my guy Ethan Ive from the Jumbo Shrimp broadcast. With the AAA affiliate out here at the Jumbo Shrimp. So it's a big deal, even though it could be better when it comes to the National League, like Uncle Scott said. But anyway, moving on. So now we got to talk about
Word up, son. Word.
What's the word? Word up.
I need the word for the the USA men's national team loss or tournament run. Because right now the world has been at a fever pitch for soccer. That's right. The world has been engaged in watching football, as it's called everywhere else, like none other, because this is the time of the year when everyone comes together, nationality, race, color, creed, country, all of that is put on the line, and we got an opportunity to be in the mix. We lost? Yes. So I need to know, as we made it to the round of 16 and lost to Belgium in the 4-1 loss, what is the word for what the United States men's national team has done this far in the World Cup? Uncle Scott, what we got with the word?
What's the word? Word up.
So this is going to seem like a strange word, but I'm going to say par. If you look at it, round of 16, they were expected to get to once they cleared the group stage. They got to the round of 8, that'd be like a birdie in golf. If they got past that, that's an eagle or whatever, a hole in one. I mean, it's just the teams that are in the round of 8 right now are teams that are supposed to be there. The U.S. is not up to those teams yet. They're not up to Argentina, France, Belgium, as they showed the other night, England, all those teams. They're more talented than the U.S. right now. But it's a great stride that they got to the round of 16.
I got you. Par for those who know a little bit about golf. I like it, Uncle Scott. Bobby G, I need to know, what's the word?
Word up, son. Word.
What's the word? Word up.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, I mean, it's cool to get excited and see them do well. They got out of the group stage, but like, did you really think the USA was going to win the World Cup? No. They go as far as they can go, and we live with it. Like, if we're talking about the women, now that's a different ball game. But we expect this out of the men. I think our trophy is getting out of the group stage. If we get out of the group stage, that's a W. Anything else is icing on the cake. So, we got our excitement now. Let's get ready for training camp in a few weeks.
Yeah, okay. You're right. Yeah, football's coming, regular football's coming back around. And then for me, I'm more so on it.
What's the word?
I think this is relative. It's relative to the level of soccer that we play here in America. I've been watching multiple, sports entertainment websites. I've been watching multiple shows. It seems as though, especially right about now, American-born players who have been involved in soccer overseas, playing in different leagues, they're getting the opportunity, especially ones from the past, are getting an opportunity to say, I have witnessed what they do in other countries, and we're not there yet. As far as the production of players going from what would pretty much be, city leagues to the matriculation into college soccer and the leagues therefore after, which would be in the MLS or overseas if necessary or possible, there's a huge gap once you reach the college ranks and then the leagues in which the other world countries play in, because there are kids 15, 16 playing against 20, 30, 40-year-old men in other leagues in other countries, and they are that good at those ages. And if they're not, they are through attrition gaining skill sets and reps that our kids are not getting, because you know why? Things like NIL get you moved around soccer fields just as much as they do on the basketball court or on the football field. So instead of being consistent in what they are doing and gaining the skill level so that in 4 years you could have a really good USA men's team, they just get moved around a lot. And I think that this is a wake-up call, because the historical note about this is that this is the second time in recent history that Belgium has eliminated the U.S. men's team in the round of 16. Belgium also defeated the Americans 2-1 in extra time in the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. So we got beef with Belgium. All right. I don't know if you know, but we got a problem. All right. Anytime I see anybody with those colors on and it's a soccer thing going on, we got problems. This is 2 times in a row. I don't know, if we will get a moment to compare them shortly, but if you know what it is when it comes to comparisons in any other sport, you got to beat the guy to get to the next guy, and we haven't beat Belgium yet. So, it has to be expected. So moving on.
Hold up, son. Word.
What's the word?
We found out that Kennedy Carter got released from the Las Vegas Aces last week, man. The Aces officially waived Kennedy Carter on Tuesday, July 7th, 2026. This move occurred just before the league's mid-season cut-down deadline, allowing the Aces to pivot and sign rookie Justine Pissot. Now, the quote-unquote leash narrative happened when Carter publicly expressed her frustration on social media about being on a quote-unquote leash regarding her role and her minutes. And not only that, but her attitude for an organization like the Aces, which prides itself on a championship level accountability and leadership of the names like Becky Hammon and Asia Wilson. This public display of dissatisfaction regarding coaching decisions are often viewed as conduct detrimental to a team. So as we got an opportunity to talk to Mia O'Brien, who knows the women's game better than no one, a week or two ago, and we were just talking about Kennedy Carter and how if Becky Hammon can handle her, no one can. What's the word for finding out that Kennedy Carter got cut?
Hold up, son. Word.
What's the word?
Bobby G, this on you, bro.
I mean, it's just a shame. Like, it's just a shame. Like, we see it in every sport, right? We see players that are so supremely talented, and they just, the idea of team just out of the window, and their ego and personality and own, goals have to take precedent. Like, Kennedy Carter's an amazing pro. She off the bench averaging 25 points a game.
Come on.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
But to not be able to put the bigger goal ahead of yourself, for whatever reasons, it's terrible. If you can't, like I said, if you can't do it, not even Becky Hammond. Forget Becky Hammond now. The collective. You got probably someone who could go down as the greatest coach in WA history, and your teammates with a player who go down as the best player in WNBA history.
Right.
Who's won multiple MVPs, who's won multiple championships, who are coming off of a championship season, and you can't humble yourself to be a part of man, it's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing it right now in the NFL with Brandon Ayuk, right?
Hey, there you go. Another name right now. When you say those names like that, you got to hit the hole. Danger.
It's just a shame that people just can't. They just don't get it.
Yeah.
Can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Can't help themselves.
Yeah. Uncle Scott.
1,000 players out there who'd love to be in your place. Like, come on.
Yeah. You're right.
So expected. I mean, this was expected. This you could see this coming from miles away that she was going to get released. Here's what I'll say: athletes, stay off social media during the season. Get off of social media. Do not say anything. Log out of your account. Stay off your account. Just as Bobby said, worry about the team. Put your team's goals first before you put yourself first. If you do what you think you can do as a player, your team's going to win. Team's going to win. And as Bobby said, she was coming off the bench and scoring and helping that team, the Las Vegas Aces, to success and winning. And you just couldn't help yourself. You just couldn't do it. Get off of social media, athletes. Brandon Ayuk, stay off of social media.
Oh, my God. Please, Brandon.
Any favors. Kennedy Carter, stay off of social media. You're not doing yourself any favors with this stuff.
Right.
Any athlete. Terrell Owens, another one. Stay off of social media.
Yeah.
Just stay off of them.
That's a classic one. And for me, I'm just gonna use an acronym. This is gonna be SMMFH. Okay. Shaking my head. Okay. Because we talked about this, bro. We know Kennedy Carter is an amazing talent. She is going out there doing the Lord's work, putting up 20 points, averaging 3 or 4 assists a game, helping out the team with the scoring load when Asia Wilson is resting. Possibly the second or third name in the 6-man or woman conversation for the Las Vegas Aces. I do not necessarily understand it because the idea would be that the attitude and the name would transgress the issues, but maybe it is more persistent in the locker room than we are aware of. That's the only thing I can think. We got a taste of it or a hint of it on social media, which it's a possibility that the speculation was that they have had a piece of the kind of like a no, you just can't use social media. You can't air us out like that. That was a part of the agreement to bring Kennedy Carter to the Las Vegas Aces, which is why she was quote unquote speaking about a leash that she was on. So it was not just for minutes and playing time. It was more so about her actions on and off the court. On the court, 100%. Do anything you want, score buckets from beyond the rim, out there around the perimeter, in the hole, most definitely. But somehow, some way, the off the court has caught up with her. And you know what also has caught up with us here at the Rec Room Sports Radio Show? Y'all know what it is?
Unique trends and styles.
Oh my God, Bob! Whoa, Bobby, Uncle Scott, you know what it is, man. Unique trends and styles. Somehow, some way, you got to know, you got to get fresh. You got to go see my people over there at Unique Trends and Styles. Somehow, some way, right over there off of Blandon Boulevard. You can find the gang. That's right. Everybody is there right now to maintain and get you fresh. And if you don't know, now you know. One of the main sponsors for us right here at the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. We are definitely in the biggest gratitude of the Unique Trends and Styles group over there. So make sure you stop by. If you don't know, now you do. 266 Blandon Boulevard, Suite AA in Orange Park. They cut all textures of hair. They've got locticians in the building. Big shouts out to Miss Sheree, who's always holding us down. And somehow, some way, we got 2 new barbers in the building. That's right. 2 new barbers in the building. So make sure you go check out D and Unique. Unique, what it do? I see you. D has sent me a message. Yeah, I see D sent me a message that she's got some special stuff going on, and she wants to make sure that we let everybody know that on Wednesdays from 9 to 12 p.m., clients who come in for a haircut can receive a $10 discount, so the price goes from $45 to $35. So if you go on a Wednesday and you ask for D, you get that discount on your boy. That's right, from Rec Room Sports Radio Show. You know what it is, man. Unique Trends and Styles. We appreciate you. I think we got to go to a break, but before we do, Bobby G, tell us that phone number so we can give away these tickets.
904-362-9901. One more time, 904-362-9901.
That's right, 904-362-9901. We got some tickets to give away for the Jumbo Shrimp. Call it now. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is it. What? That's right. You know what it is, man. It's your boy K Witch, Mama's #1 draft pick. This is the Rec Room Sports Radio show, and we are in the building. Of course, I got the gang with me. You know what it is, man. I got, of course, Audible Sports Podcast, Bobby G. I've got my guy, Uncle Scott, in the building. Man, we're talking about the World Cup today and some of the subjects surrounding this glorious game, this magnificent game, this beautiful game, as they will. Uncle Scott, what you got going on? What's up?
Breaking news from Shams of ESPN. The Clippers-Raptors trade is on hold involving Kawhi based on an investigation into the Clippers.
We should have known that. I told y'all that. He was trying to get away. He's trying not to. He's trying to get away.
Yep,
Send me to Canada now.
It's official now. It is on hold.
Yeah, you know, if David Stern could stop Chris Paul from being a Laker, Adam Silver will stop Kawhi Leonard from being a Raptor. Okay, that's my thoughts on that one.
Is he going to the Toronto Tempo in the WNBA? Is that what his next move is?
Listen, he's trying to get out as quickly as possible. Any team away from California, he will go. Right now, man. So as we were talking about the things on the world stage, guys, real quick, we definitely want to highlight this thought that, in a sense, the comeback from the Argentinian team against Egypt. This one is a very touchy subject because it's got multiple layers, right? So, of course, everybody knows Lionel Messi's on the team. He got a goal. Christian Romero got a goal. Enzo Fernandez got a goal. And Argentina avoided what would have been a catastrophic upset, and it marked a psychological turning point for the squad, reinforcing their reputation as a team that thrives under extreme pressure. And at 39 years old, Lionel Messi continues to defy age-related expectations, and his impact on the tournament is just unspoken. You know, right now, it's one of those things where you can't really compare what he's doing very much. But you know who can compare what he's doing right now? Okay.
Miss Sheree at Unique Style and Trend can do that.
You know what? Shout out Miss Sheree. She can compare because she can do the blocks. But you know what I was going to say is, guys, we're going to do a fun thing. We're going to compare two things, and we're going to play a new game. We're going to play the game called This or That. So right now, as we talk about this is the comeback for Lionel Messi and the Argentinian team. If we talk about that, y'all know Tom Brady had to talk about this, right? Tom Brady tweeted out there that this might beat 28-3. So which one is the more impactful comeback, guys? The Argentinian comeback against Egypt, or Tom Brady, forever young, coming back against the Atlanta Falcons when the Patriots had to come back from 28-3 in the Super Bowl? Which one? This or that?
I have to take myself out of this. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot say anything about this.
You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady has entered the chat. That's what that is. Real quick.
It's 28-3. We've seen this all World Cup where teams have been down by a goal or two goals with 15 minutes left and come back and won the match. So this is nothing new. This 2-0 lead in the 75th minute, and Argentina comes back and wins the game. It's nothing new. We've seen it. So 28-3 in the Super Bowl, middle to late third quarter, when you're down 28-3.
Yeah.
A million things have to go right in that game for the Patriots to win that game.
A million and one.
Right. And 1,000,001 things went right for them. So it's the Patriots 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I got you. Bobby G, when you think about this or that, which one makes more sense? This, which is the Argentinian team, or that, which was the Patriots comeback?
It's that, man. Like, and let's be for real. Soccer doesn't hit like that in America to compare to the Super Bowl. So it's like, and you can call it bias, you can call it whatever. I'm a bigger football fan than I am a football fan. So it will always the what was that? The Rams Chiefs regular season game It was like 54-48. That was, I'll take that over the Argentina game. But yeah, 28-3. Like Scott said, doesn't compare. 28-3, and people lost a lot of money. People won a lot of money. It was just one of those exhilarating games. You either hated one side, and yes, it had all the elements. Man. Super Bowl, no doubt.
Sorry, little Messi. The boys is running with that when it comes to this or that today. And then, of course, another great comparison is the United States men's national team 4-1 round of 16 loss to Belgium in the 2026 FIFA World Cup game on July 6th. Star forward Christian Pulisic suffered a serious leg injury. There have been some other serious injuries and tough losses that have compared to what the United States men's national team just went through. So when it comes to the United States men's national team taking a loss in the round of 16, what you got? This or that? Give me another team that you can compare this type of loss to, and I'll start with you, Uncle Scott.
Oh boy. For my benefit, I'll go back to the Bruins in 2013. We're up 3-0 against the Flyers. Lost 4 games in a row to lose the series. Total domination the first 3 games. And then the Bruins just lost four games. I mean, the easy one, Yankees, Red Sox, of course. But I was trying to look for another one, which was Flyers, Bruins, 2013, 2014. In that season, when you're up 3-0, you never lose a series. And they lost the series. So that'd be the one that I'd go to.
I got you. Bobby G, who you got for this or that?
It's like it's tough because again, I didn't expect the men's team to win the entire World Cup. So it's tough trying to catch something that's that specific where you didn't call it. But you know what? Let's go Butler. Let's go Butler Bulldogs.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah.
It's Cinderella coming out of nowhere and to lose on that half court shot that almost I go with the Butler Bulldogs losing the championship game.
Okay, I got you. I like that one. I definitely like that one. I got two. So for me, if I do a little bit of, I'm going to say for my basketball heads out there, we're going to do the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's right. The Oklahoma City Thunder team featured the core of Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, went to the NBA Finals in 2012. Then they lost to the Miami Heat. Oh, my God, in 5 games. This was one of those times where all 3 players were at the peak of what we thought their success would be because, of course, James Harden went on to win the MVP, as did Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant had won one prior to then. And later on, James Harden would be traded to the Rockets. But then
that summer.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right after that, James Harden was out the door. It was never the same in Oklahoma City. And then I had to think about a team that was really close and was pretty much right there on the edge to winning. And then something happened. And it made me think of the Indiana Pacers in 2025, it was technically a year and a half. The series ended in a 7-game loss for the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton played through various injuries throughout the series, but he had some calf tightness and ultimately suffered a torn Achilles right there in the first quarter of the, decisive Game 7, which kind of reminds me of Christian Pulisic. He was out there playing. He was hobbling, visibly injured. A lot of people have given him a lot of backlash as, he is one of the major stars on the team. And, guys are like, oh, they would have had to drag me off the field. Well, go out there and try and run against some people who don't like you and see what happens. Go ahead. Yeah. Try and run full speed and then use that same leg to kick the ball. Hey, he did what he could, man.
Can I give you one more?
Yeah. Go ahead, Uncle Scott.
1986, Red Sox up 3-2, Game 6. Ball goes through Bill Buckner's legs.
Mm.
Lose game 6, get rained out, come back in game 7 up 3-0 in the 6th inning with Bruce Hurst on the mound, who was as dominant as anybody, and you lose that game 8-5.
Wow.
You had like 4 shots to win it and end the curse, and you couldn't do it. So
Couldn't do it.
be the other one. That'd be the other one.
That was tough. That was tough.
To me, do this all day, man.
No kidding.
Fab Five. Fab Five losing to Carolina.
Fab Five losing to Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Webber timeout.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And you know, like for historical context, this is, you know, the USA men's team losing to Belgium again in the World Cup round of 16. So it's almost like, you know, the young Detroit Pistons team with Isaiah Thomas running up against a well-trained team of assassins and you know, Hall of Famers in the Boston Celtics. You know, it happened, what, how many times, Scott? 2, 3 times before the Pistons broke through?
3 times that I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's something that the men's team have to learn. You know, and then what? We could go Jordan. Jordan ran into the Pistons 2, 3, 4 times before he found out how to break through and be a champion. And of course, after that, he was a champion 6 more times. But who's counting? Speaking of counting things, we have got a great conversation coming up because I believe Bobby G, Scott, myself, we've got something going on where we know where LeBron James is going to his next destination. I don't know if you've been watching TV.
Miss Sheree's coming on to tell us? Is that who's coming on to tell us?
Sheree may tell us because Sheree be doing the hair. You know, they be talking when they getting their hair done. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to stay tuned because Bobby G, Uncle Scott, and myself, we gonna figure out where LeBron's going. That's right, man. So stay here, right here for RecRoomSports Radio, right here in the Anna John Levine Studios on ESPN 690. Brian, play something for the homies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right. We back. It's the boys from the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. I'm your host, your boy, K. Witch, Mom's #1 draft pick, and I got the gang with me, of course, Uncle Scott and Bobby G. We've been in here talking about the World Cup because there's been so many things going on, so many different phases, like it's so many layers. We didn't even really talk about the one thing I think really stands out from the World Cup, and that's just a little bit of racism that was happening. You know, y'all saw that? You know, the hand signal. The X, you know, the X was thrown up. The last time I threw up the X, I threw it down and I got suspended from school. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, as we continue on, let's talk about something I think has been taking the world by storm, and that is the whereabouts of one King James. That's right. LeBron James is still out there traipsing around the Ohio area, apparently playing golf, going to steakhouses, making absolutely no effort to tell us where he may possibly be making his stay at. But the guys have eyes and ears, and just so happens we got our resident Cleveland insider here today. That's right. From Game Time 216, our own Bobby G has been investigating this information for about the past month. Uncle Scott has got his guys who do a lot of the bookmaking in on this as well. So it's only right if we somehow find our way in on the conversation. So we know where LeBron is going, but where is it that he will land is a great question. So I'll start with you, Uncle Scott. It's crazy that, it's already been a month or so, less than a month, maybe 2 weeks, that LeBron made the announcement that he would be letting the Lakers continue to build their roster in the offseason. And then immediately we saw them make all kinds of signings because the amount of money that LeBron James was going to absorb was now going to be distributed evenly throughout the rebuilding process for the Los Angeles Lakers roster. Now, with that being said, where should the King find his new home? Is it in a new place like Miami? Is it in his hometown, or, well, not necessarily his hometown, but the home in which he has built from brick by brick in Cleveland? Or is it possibly a new location that he has not made home yet? Uncle Scott, where you at with this LeBron and the movement of the King?
He's coming to Boston. Come on, LeBron. No. So Windhorst came out and said that the vibes were strong that he's going to Cleveland. Today I heard a report he's going to Cleveland. He's going to Cleveland. He was hanging out with the assistant GM. He's from Akron, Ohio. His agent said he knows where he's going. I believe Windhorst is right. I think it's going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the key phrase that LeBron and his agent said is he will not, money has nothing to do with his decision. It's where he's happy. Donovan Mitchell, as Bobby said the other night, has just signed a long-term extension 1 year before he could have made even more money from the Cavaliers. So he left money on the table to sign early. That tells me that the Cavaliers franchise kind of has an idea where LeBron's coming or going. And I think LeBron, deep down in his mind, wants to come full circle with this. Started in Cleveland, went back to Cleveland. He wants to finish his career in Cleveland. So I think it's the Cavaliers.
Okay. And we dropped that bombshell on everyone, as Uncle Scott said. LeBron will end up in Cleveland. So let's keep it moving as we talk to our resident Cleveland insider, our own Bobby G. Bobby G, where do you think LeBron is going? As a matter of fact, where you know LeBron going at, man? I know you know.
The words of Bobby G are for entertainment purposes only. Do not go on your draft cans and put no money down.
By the way, LeBron's in the other room of Bobby's house before he speaks.
He's like, tell him now. Yeah, throw him off.
You just got to read the tea leaves, right? Certain things that were happening and certain things that didn't happen. Such as, you heard a lot about the Cavs being in on Giannis, right? And then you didn't before he got traded. You heard a lot about the Cavs being in on Jaylen Brown, right? Even moving Evan Mobley for Jaylen Brown. And then it just stopped, right? And you heard a lot of talk about the Cavs needing to get some better player, and the main trading chip in that trade was going to be Evan Mobley. And then all of a sudden, for about the last month, you've not heard Evan Mobley's name mentioned in a single trade offer, right? Why is that? Because LeBron knows who he wants to play with. Remember, when he came to Cleveland, when he came back the first time, just coming off the draft, we drafted Andrew Wiggins #1. Then LeBron James makes his decision. I'm coming back.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs then did not sign Andrew Wiggins. They didn't sign the #1 pick in the draft. Why? Because what people didn't know is, as soon as LeBron James made his announcement, he got on the phone to Kevin Love and said, hey, I want you here with me in Cleveland. Kevin Love agreed. LeBron takes it to the front office. I want Kevin Love. Go get him. We only have one trading chip at that time. That was Andrew Wiggins. And they made that happen, and eventually he comes. I think the same thing is here. I think there's no way Donovan Mitchell signs that contract. Clearly, the organization would have him in on any sort of plans for the future. He's a star player. He's earned that right. But I'll take it further. This is just my personal belief. I believe Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and LeBron James have at least had one conversation.
Yeah.
And to try and, if not just LeBron checking in, like, hey, if I did decide to come here, what does that look like? Are you okay with it? Can you get your touches? How do we do that? How does, who else is on the roster? I think that conversation has been had, and I think all parties are amenable to what would happen, who would be left. And if there's a move to be made, I wouldn't look for it to be Evan Mobley. I'd look for it to be Jared Allen. So that could be something to look out for prior to LeBron signing. Definite thing to look out for before he signs is James Harden. The James Harden deal, I feel, has to be worked out, because then that gives you an idea of how much money you can pay LeBron James without moving any pieces. So I think that'll be a prerequisite. When you see James Harden sign his deal, then look for a LeBron statement. And if it has to be like I say, even though he's come out and said it's not about the money, if he does want a little bit more money, the next signal would be any deal involving Jared Allen. That's the contract that has to be cleared, or would be used in a sign and trade. Potential sign and trade deal to clear up more money to get LeBron. So,
Bobby, do we think LeBron has reached out to the Cavaliers organization and said, I'll come back home?
I believe it's through Wings, not directly to the Cavs, but I believe it will be through Sonny Williams, who he grew up with. Like Rich Paul said, it's like his brother. Again,
Yep.
the day after Rich Paul's whiteboard thing, it's not a coincidence that LeBron James put out a picture. He's hanging out with his buddies next, like, and who's in that picture? Sonny, like that. LeBron James does not do anything on accident. Everything he does is calculated, and so you kind of, if you're paying attention, you know what's going on. So I don't think he reached out to directly, but I think there's a communication through him to the organization. And he's going back like, hey, LeBron said, because him and Dan Gilbert, they squashed their situation a while prior to 14.
Yeah.
So,
I got you. And then
Paul has influence in this, saying to the Cavs, hey, this is what you need to do. Yeah, this is what you need to do. If you do this, he's coming.
Yeah, because LeBron can't say anything. LeBron can't say that. Rich Paul can whisper. Rich Paul can make suggestions. When Rich Paul makes suggestions, everybody knows that he didn't say him. LeBron did. It's going from LeBron's mouth to Rich Paul's ears to somebody else's ears. And this is what I was saying. So, of course, the whiteboard segment for Rich Paul and Max Kellerman happened like around like the second or third, if I'm not mistaken. In the episode, we saw Rich Paul put out about 10 teams that LeBron could probably go to. If I'm not, I think it's like 10 or 12 or something like that.
10.
Of course, he departed from the Lakers, so we just go ahead and get them off the whiteboard. But then it was like Philly, Miami, Minnesota, Denver, Cleveland, the Warriors, the Knicks, the Mavericks. It was a lot. It was a lot of teams up there. And for me, one of the biggest things I remember was the conversation that they were having between the two of them, Max Kellerman and Rich Paul. They were saying, hey, look, LeBron just wants to be happy. He wants to be happy. He wants the end of his career to be, some good, clean basketball. He wants to contend, but he wants to be happy. He's not worried about the money. In my mind, if he's not worried about the money, he wants to just be happy. Go play with your boy. What's good? We go to Cleveland. Hey, let's go. But if you wanna, play with your longtime friend / rival, you play with Steph Curry. You go to Golden State. You go play with Draymond. You was in Draymond's wedding last year. You know what I'm saying? That you and Draymond, y'all could swap out, techniques on haircuts and beard color, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Because they're boys. We boys. Let's hang out. Let's play ball. Let's hang out. What's up? Can we do that? But then on the flip side, Uncle Scott and Bobby G, you guys make 110% the right idea when you have a conversation that involves LeBron going back to Cleveland. This is the first time, almost 9 years ago, I was in on the conversation. And you know how I discovered that LeBron James was going to the Los Angeles Lakers before it was announced? I looked at the website. Yeah, that's right. I looked at the website. All of a sudden, everything on LeBron James' website was purple and yellow. No necessary insignias, no nothing. It was just gold trim, purple trim on everything. This year, y'all know what's on the front of LeBron James's website? A picture of him in a Pee Wee League Akron shirt for him playing basketball, like a young baby LeBron James. And to a degree, that gives me pause to think that LeBron is going to go back to Cleveland. That's it.
Drop two more nuggets for you real quick.
Okay.
One, remember the Cavs have 2 roster spots left. One for potentially LeBron and one for potentially for Bronny if he's cut from the Lakers.
Hey, that conversation got to be had, man. Because if Bron goes, I got to get one of my kids over here. Okay, he got that all fully guaranteed $2.3 million. He can get up out of my house, man. Anyway, you know what it is, man. One time for your mind, it's your boy K, which #1 draft pick. Come on, man. We're having a great time here at the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. We're getting ready to come back. We got a conversation with our guy Nick Bodkins. We're going to talk UFC 329, and we're going to take a quick preview of the NFL best rosters based on ESPN's rankings. So, of course, it's me, your boy K Witt. I got Uncle Scott. I got Bobby G. And it looks like we're going to have AP, Alan Perales, join us as well. It's your boys from the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. We'll be back in a few. Yeah. Don't sweat the technique, y'all. You know what it is, man. We're back for the second hour of the show. It's your boys for the RecRoomSports Radio show. It's Bobby G from Audible Sports Podcast, where life is sports meet culture. Also, Game Time 216. Catch him at 2:16 Eastern Standard Time because, you know, I be getting my times mixed up from time to time with our guy, Big Mike. Big Mike, what it do? Of course, and Uncle Scott Cove. That's right, Uncle Scott. You can catch him on the weekends as we do our favorite show, Lock It In, when we talk betting and futures and eventually a little bit of fantasy football. And then, of course, welcome to the show, our guy, AP Alan Perales. Alan, thanks for joining us again, as always, man. We appreciate you. And Alan, I know you weren't in on the beginning of the show, but you had a word for the United States men's national team and their loss to Belgium. Did you not?
I mean, we expected, I guess you could say. Because what was it? A lot of us that know soccer, that follow soccer or football. Got to say the right term. But a lot of us that follow the World Cup, and we know this is what the United States does. You know, it's either you get through the qualifying rounds and you lose within the first two rounds, whether round of 32 or 16, and it's just been the MO of the United States for a long while now, and there hasn't really been that spark that says, "Oh, we can finally make a run," or we get. I know a lot of people were saying we could have made a run, but I think Scott, you said it best a couple times on a few different shows. These teams are just better. These teams are just better. They're more talented. They prepare better for stuff like this. I mean, you know, football, soccer is not the number one sport in the United States for a reason. And it's not the focal point. So we're not as prepared for a big stage like the World Cup, even though we did have the home turf. Me personally, I think, you know, it's gonna take not just one, but maybe like two superstars on Team USA for them to finally break through and be like, hey, we can make a Final Four run. We can go maybe potentially win a World Cup championship.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been said on multiple shows on multiple platforms. The feeder system for the United States men's national soccer team, it has to be improved, and we have another 4 years to try and figure it out before you know we get in there. But of course, those FIFA games we will be involved in. We're going to be checking it out. So big shouts out to the United States men's national soccer team and anybody affiliated with them in and around the Jacksonville area. But we're going to keep it moving to something that we know best. Oh my goodness. Guess what, guys? Out of nowhere, our affiliate network right here at ESPN, we got some great things going on the ESPN website, because this is where we bring the internet to your radio. So Mike Clay, Aaron Schatz, and Seth Wilder on July the 6th compiled a group. That's right, ranking the 2026 NFL's best roster constructions from top to bottom. Who is at number one? Who's at number two? Where are the Jags? So as we got an opportunity, guys, to look over the list, because I sent everybody the link, what are we looking at and where are some of our favorite teams? And I'll go ahead and pass it to Uncle Scott for this one.
So when I looked over the rosters, a lot of teams in the NFL have either great running back cores or great wide receiver cores, not both. Seattle's ranked number 3. They have Zach Charbonnet. He's out until mid-season probably. So you're starting a rookie, and you're playing George Holani a lot. So to me, that roster is not one of the top 3 in the league. Somebody like the Patriots, who have Drake May, Mondre Stevenson, Trevion Henderson, then A.J. Brown, Romeo Doubs, and then either Mac Hollins, Ubute, and Hunter Henry, along on defense with Christian Gonzalez, a speed linebacking core, and a line that can get to the quarterback. That's a well put together roster to me. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying the Patriots are the best roster in the league, because they're not. I like the Jags roster a lot.
Oh,
with the
what?
exception of their running back game right now is a question mark. What are they going to get out of Chris Rodriguez and Bashal Tootin? Their wide receivers are Brian Thomas, Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington. Their tight end is Brenton Strange, and the guy that they drafted. And their quarterback is Trevor Lawrence, who showed last year that he could be one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL with Liam Cohen. So, and then you got Travis Hunter, who's going to play a majority of the time at cornerback. So that roster is very well put together, except in the running back core. We'll see. So that's what I look at in teams. So teams like the Patriots, the Jags, the Rams, who have a really good roster, and then they fortified their secondary on defense. They're the number one team that those three guys put on there, and rightfully so, and very deserving. The Detroit Lions are another team. If they could figure out their defense on offense, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco, Jared Goff, and Sam Laporta. That's a really good offense. Now, if the defense comes together because Terry and Arnold got released because of what's going on off the field, that could be a team that's extremely dangerous in the NFC come playoff time. So those three teams, I think, are very well put together in my mind.
I got you. Of course, Alan, you are joining us fresh from your long day at work. Thanks for coming in, like right on time, bro. Man, you know, besides your favorite team, whose hat you just so happen to be wearing, if you're watching us on that's THEE Rec Room Sports Hub on YouTube, what are some of the teams that you were looking at with their roster construction and their projected lineups?
I don't understand how the Eagles are number 2. Even now that AJ Brown's gone, I don't understand how the Eagles are number 2. Jalen Hurts was questionable at best, or as Scott and I like to say, spotty at best, last season, and that was basically the Eagles' offense in general. Yes, they have a great defense. It's one of the best defenses in the league. Offensive line is starting to age. Can Lane Johnson stay healthy and stay on the field? That's a big question mark. Same for Jordan Mailata on the left side. Are they going to be – who's going to be their new big body wide receiver? I know they got the young rookie who they really, really love. How big of a difference is he going to make? Can Devontae Smith be the number one full-time with no A.J. Brown in sight? What's Saquon going to look like? After kind of not really a down year, but by his standards, a down year last year? And let's not forget the rest of the NFC East got better. I kind of like the Giants roster lineup.
There you go.
You know, Malik Neighbors not being there for the first few games is going to hurt them, but I think they have a solid pieces around Jackson Dart. Their offensive line, I think, got better. Their defense, I think, got better. You know, obviously having Scatterbo back there, we know what he can do. He just needs to stay healthy. If the Giants can work their magic, they can make some noise in the NFC East this year. So I like the Giants. And then if I had to give one more, oh man, I kind of like Atlanta. I kind of like Atlanta's offense. Although I think the question's going to be quarterback for both Tua and for Michael Penix, but we've seen what kind of magic, as Bobby knows from his days in Cleveland, what Kevin Stefanski can do with quarterbacks. So maybe it's a sign that things will be good for Tua going forward. And they got a lot of weapons. They just re-signed Kyle Pitts. Drake London got the bag last year, and then they added some good pieces on defense. So that could be a team that could win their division this year.
All right, I like it. Yeah, definitely. Bobby G, you got your eyes on a couple of them teams?
Well, now that Alan has spoken about every team in the NFL,
he kind of did. He cast a wide net. I can't lie about that.
No,
I only did 3: the Giants, Eagles, and Falcons. Whatever.
For me, this is where I'm gonna give Scott a little pushback about. So no team has a lead wide receiver or running back depth. I'm disagreeing. I'm going to go to Detroit Lions, baby. You got arguably the best running back in the NFL, Jahmyr Gibbs. On the outside, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams could be a number one receiver on probably 20 teams in the NFL. And I think this year he's actually going to play like a number one. You know, they love to use Amon-Ra in the slot, put him in motion to get him open. We know what they have on offense. And defensively, last year they didn't play up to par. but they got pieces in the right place. I love Branch at safety. I like their corners. They just got to play in the course outside of Myles Garrett. I feel like I got the best pass rusher in the league, and Aiden Hutchinson, who's young and fully recovered from his injury. So if I was a head coach and I got to eeny, meeny, mighty, mow it, I'd probably start in Detroit. Other than that, I got to go to the veteran queue out in Kansas City, man. If I got the best quarterback in the league, I have a chance. And the Kansas City Chiefs have the best quarterback in the league. Not only that, I think this year, for the first time in probably the last 4 seasons, they have a healthy running back going into the season. There's no questions about who the running back is. Can he stay healthy? You got the Super Bowl MVP coming in. So they've solidified that. Obviously, your outside weapons are what they are. You got Xavier Worthy, who's a problem. Arguably the fastest receiver in the league right now. As Cheetah's a little bit older. Taekwon, can he hold on to the ball? Rashee Rice, he gets dinged up every once in a while, but I'll take those 3 over a lot of crews in the NFL. Still got Kelsey, who, again, he probably had a down year, considering what we expect from him. But if everybody else plays up to their potential, I don't need much from Kelsey. I just need him to be that consistent presence that Patrick can lean on. Defensively, we know the Chiefs do. They build up you got Chris Jones in the middle. He ain't Aaron Donald, but honestly, he ain't that far away, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not that far.
Right. We've seen what they've been able to do over the past 5 seasons with their secondary. Regardless, they build corners up, get them paid, let them walk. Build the next group up, get them paid, let them walk. So I'm not really concerned about having a young secondary. Losing Leo Canal, that sucked. I did not think they would let him walk, but I'll still be happy with that roster. So those are my 2.
Yeah, and I'll close it out, man, because I had my eye on a few teams, and I was speculating how I was going to kind of like layer it because I don't want to necessarily talk about my teams. You know what I'm saying? Being that I'm a Steelers fan, I'm out here in Jacksonville, but I'm still gonna talk about the Jags. But these are the ones that I was thinking about. So, first of all, the team that lost in the Super Bowl, we got to talk about the New England Patriots. Drake May is gonna come in and he's gonna have what he didn't have for the last few years. He's gonna have a number 1 wide receiver. He's gonna have AJ Brown. He's got Romeo Doubs out there, Kayshon Boutte. What you say, Uncle Scott? Some of the offensive rooms are all set with stars or lit up right now. That wide receiver room for the Patriots right now looks so good that it's going to make me overlook the running back room with Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. Now those are 2 guys you can't sleep on, but they're not the stars of the show. Right now, in my mind, the stars of the show would definitely be the wide receiver room for the New England Patriots. Now, then of course you look on the defensive side, Milton Williams, Corey Durden, 2 names that didn't really stand out last year, but those guys, they get after it. Okay. The Patriots didn't just win or get to the Super Bowl by, scoring points. They have really good defenses. And of course, if you don't know who Christian Gonzalez is by now, then you should know because of course he put the clamps on Seattle's offense in the Super Bowl. And that is why he got the big paycheck. And then of course, the team that, in my opinion, had their quarterback been healthy, they would have been in the Super Bowl. And that is none other than the Denver Broncos. And I'm talking about Bo Nix, man. Bruh. 1 ankle away from being in the Super Bowl. This is a crazy thing. But quarterback's already set. They know what it is. Sean Payton's there. Bo Nix is there. They're kind of like in a symbiotic relationship now where you can't have one without the other. And that's kind of what happens when you get a young quarterback with a brilliant mind like Sean Payton. Bo Nix, had he not been injured, literally, technically 1 game away from being in the Super Bowl in a Denver Broncos uniform. And then out here right now, I'm thinking about Jalen Waddle. Coming from the situation in Miami where the uncertainty happened every week, was Tua going to play? Can he play? Did somebody hit him in the head? Did he bump his head when he was sleeping? I don't know. This is where he's going to be locked in my mind because him, Courtland Sutton, Pat Bryant, that's speed. It's not cheetah speed. You know what I'm saying? It's not Tyreek Hill, but it's still fast. So I really, really like that. And of course, they got them ranked number 8. And then, bruh, once again, here we go. Another cornerback that can lock down one side of the field, and Patrick Surtain the second. So the defense, once again, is good on one side. Scott said it, that room, there goes that room again. Your corner, your DB room, they're ready to go. They're ready to rock. Okay, so you don't have to. Hufunga, hello. Do you want to get tackled by Troy Polamalu's nephew? I don't. I'm sorry. I definitely don't want to see that. And then when it comes to the whole, that's right. 16, right, is what they are ranked. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I think we put a little bit of emphasis on it. Right now, I'm ready for the ascension of Trevor Lawrence. We all are. Okay. Bayshell Tootin, that's right. Rootin' Tootin. We're going to see what he does when they give him that rock this season. I am excited to see it. Brian Thomas Jr., hello, wake up. They got you out there for a reason. Parker Washington, do you want that check? Hello, you want that payday? It's out there for you. Jacoby Myers, you know it. It's out there for you. Brenton Strange, they gave you the bag, bro. They gave you the bag. And they gave you a homeboy. They gave you a young homeboy to mold and shape, and you guys can play off of each other, so to speak, and that tight end room can be locked in. But then once again, when we look at, because of course they play that 3-4, we got, Josh Hines Allen. Oh my God, what a season last year. Can he duplicate it on the defensive end for the Jags? And then of course, you know what it is, man. Travis Hunter coming back from injury. I've seen these pictures of Travis Hunter, you guys, and I gotta say it, bro look jacked. Let's be real, okay? I don't know if you're looking at it, but Travis looks like he's been working out eating steak. You understand me? Okay, he didn't have to go to class. He don't have no distractions. He's got his girl. He's got football. That's it. And anime. Y'all know Travis loves some anime. Travis loves anime and pajamas. If Travis could have football, anime, and pajamas, not necessarily in that order, he is fine. And I think he's gaining all of that here in Jacksonville. So I can't wait to see what that looks like when we get an opportunity to see him primarily play defense, but somehow be snuck in packages on the offensive side as well. And then last but not least, this is it. I really don't have any more. My dark horse, right? The Minnesota Vikings, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know what they're going to do. Kyler Murray, hello. Right now, they're projecting Kyler Murray to be the starter. We know that right now the quarterback situation in Minnesota is in flux. That's why they're ranked 22 right now. But if you look at just about every offensive position besides quarterback, which I know the quarterback is the most important. Let's look. Come on, man. We got Jay Jettas out there on wide receiver. Aaron Jones is coming back from injury. TJ Hawkinson. Pick somebody to throw the ball to, please. Anybody. Somebody catch it. Minnesota's going to happen but then on defense, this is where they laid their hat. They had Caleb Banks out there doing their thing. Jalen Redmond was out here doing his thing. And then, okay, Brian Murphy and Isaiah Rodgers are on defense in the defensive back room. I'm telling you, they are ready to take the next step, but we just got to lock in on a quarterback. And that is one of the hardest things to do in the NFL is lock in on a quarterback, especially when Kyler Murray is coming from the situation like he was in Arizona, where there's no question. Kyler Murray has paid for his pre-order of GTA 6. We know that. GTA 6 is dropping. Kyler Murray is all over it. Don't even ask him. All right? Let him do that, but at the same time, get him in that film room. Let him watch film. Get him in that playbook. If he can master both things at one time, why stop him? Let him be who he is. Don't hinder him from accentuating himself so he can still feel like he is who he needs to be. But at the same time, he needs to be the starter for this team. And those are my teams, man. I think, if you ask me, we did a real good job breaking it down. We got a great informational segment with our good friend. That's right, FOTG. That's right, friend of the gang. Nick Bodkins is up next. We're going to be talking about UFC 329. We're going to be talking about Return of the Mac. We're going to be talking about Max Bless Holloway. So much is up next. I can't even talk about Unique Trends and Styles, who, of course, you got to go check them out. Right there, 266 Blandon Boulevard, Suite AA in Orange Park. We are ready for you. Remember, you come in as a friend, you leave out as family. G and Unique are there. If you go and mention that you heard us on the radio talking about Unique Trends and Styles, you will get that 10% discount. But if you go to D, On a Wednesday, you will get that $10 discount. So your cut goes from 45 to 35 for your first cut on Wednesdays. So make sure you stop in. Brian, I think we covered all the football teams? I think so. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to get ready to talk some UFC. I can't wait. It's the Rec Room Sports Radio Show right here on ESPN 690. Brian, play something for the homies, please. Oh, yeah. It's that time. That's right. Return of the man. Eddie. Come on. Y'all know what it is, man. UFC 329 is this weekend. That's right. PLE, a premium live event on Paramount. I am so excited because if you have not been paying attention to the sporting world, especially the fight game, this is one of those ones. And I know every once in a while I get an opportunity to say that, but no, I mean it with my full heart that this is definitely one of those ones. Because if you don't know, when we got to talk the fight game, when we talking MMA, we have got to bring in the guys from our favorite show, Head Kicks and Haymakers, right there on the Balkans network of shows. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. So, fellas, of course, we know this weekend we got the return of Conor McGregor versus Max Blessed Holloway as the main card, the main event. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those moments where the world is turned on its ear. And we got to definitely see. Hold on, wait. Let's just check in with our guy, FOTG, friend of the gang, our friend and brother, Nick Bockins, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. Yep. Okay.
Hey, wait. I can't hear you. You're
okay. So we're gonna get Nick back in just a moment. So okay. As we begin and see what's going on the card, so Nick can get right, because of course he can't hear me. What's going on is we see, of course, a couple of good fights that we definitely have to pay attention to as we start a little bit of the prelims. There are some names on here that stand out to me. If you don't know, now you know. And right now, I think we should definitely address one of the preliminary fights that's really should be a headliner in any other realm. It's Gabe Stevenson versus Alicia Ellison. Now, I don't know if you've not been, paying attention to the fight game, but Gabe Stevenson has been pretty much lighting up the wrestling world for about the last 3 to 4 years. And okay, Bockins, are you there, brother?
I'm here.
Okay, so yeah, Nick Botkins has joining us, ladies and gentlemen, from Head Kicks and Haymakers. Botkins, I was just telling the people, on the prelims are some fights that we got to pay attention to. One of them that jumps out to me, and I know it jumps out to you, bro, is definitely the arrival of Gabe Stevenson onto a PLE, bro. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, Gable Stevenson, Olympic gold medalist. He is 3-0 in MMA world. He is real green, but obviously when it comes to the striking, he's real green. But this guy's been wrestling his whole life, is one of the best wrestlers on the planet. And, I mean, he is heavily favored in this fight. Biggest odds on the card, I think he's like minus 1,000 here. That's how big he is. What they're giving him is a guy just, they might as well just have me out there in the octagon and get the quick paycheck because, that's the guy that's signing up to wrestle him or to fight him, should I say. And it's just to build Gable. Number one, heavyweight is obviously real weak, but they're going to try to build this guy into a huge star. He's already a freak athlete. He's tried, this is a guy who was an Olympic wrestler, tried his at WWE. It had one match in WWE, went to the NFL, did okay, was on the practice squad of the Bills and then got cut in camp just like 2 years ago. And then since then, he's been dedicated into the MMA. And he's got the best coach in the world. He's got the greatest of all time with John Jones in his corner. I don't think he knows what he's doing here. He's got the right people. He's going to go in there, going to show out, and it'll be over inside of the first round. It should be, if anything, but who knows? Could go in there, great things have happened, but it's been a year of upsets in the WWE, or UFC. But I expect Gable in there and shine, and he could probably fight somebody top 15, still get a win. I don't think he's ready for the elite guys, especially in the striking, but grappling are none going to be some of the best we've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure. I've got an opportunity to see him, do a little bit. What is that? The Real American Wrestling or whatever. I was like, wait a minute. The guy is huge, but like agile like a cat. He's really out here, pummeling guys to death when it comes to the wrestling. So that is his strong point. I can't wait to see him in the ring. Preliminary matches are oftentimes, peppered with good fighters, but not necessarily the greats. This one's got another one that I kind of want to keep my eye on because and I know when we talk about Robert Whitaker on a card, we got to watch it as soon as it comes on because it can end quickly. So what about that Robert Whitaker fight, bro?
Yeah, Bobby Knuckles, the former middleweight champion, making 205 debut. So that's kind of why he's on the prelims. That's because he's making that jump to 205. Nikita Krylov is somebody he should be. I'd be about Bobby at this weight due to, he's just not, he was a small middleweight. Like this is a guy who fought at welterweight at one time when he came in, made the jump to 185, and now making the jump to 205. I worry about his, he's not the biggest guy, like tall wise. So I worry, but I do think he should be able to win this fight. I like Bobby Knuckles here by decision. I think it goes 3 rounds, and I probably kind of win. I don't think he gets a knockout, but I think it's a nice win. Dip his toes here at 205, and then make it a heavier lead in next time out. So it's a big, but it's interesting to see what's going to happen between Knuckles here 205.
Yeah, man. Right. Him making that debut at 205 is one of the bigger storylines as far as the prelims are concerned. I'm definitely interested to see it. But yeah, Nikita Krylov, a guy who's a guy. One of those guys, if you mess around and you can get slept in there, but Bobby Knuckles, once again, literally a champion's champion and has went in there and fought in some wars when it comes to UFC. Now, this is one, because, Watkins, we like a little beef, right? We like a little beef when it comes to UFC. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, what makes fights, baby. That makes fights.
Beef is what makes fights. And we got a little bit of beef right here, right there. The last fight I want to talk about in the prelims. King Green and Terrence McKinney. I don't know where this started, but when you get King Green riled up, okay, that's not the one you want to get riled up. He said it, man, boy, I thought we was boys. I thought we was family. We were supposed to be this. We were supposed to be that. I thought we was tight. But Terrence McKinney found his way to a microphone to somehow bring up King Green as if he really wanted to fight him. And King Green is not taking it lightly, bro. This is one I'm going to keep my eye on for sure because mess around and get submitted really quickly. King Green and Terrence McKinney, bro, what you think about that one?
Yeah, this is this won't last long. I mean, Terrence McKinney fights never last long. I expect to go less inside of one. Bobby Green, he'll have his hands down and ready to fight, but Terrence puts on that pressure. Both guys can get knocked and knock the other person out. You mentioned it. King Green kind of said, hey, homies ain't supposed to fight. They were just kicking it, like he said, and 2 weeks later, Terrence accepted the fight and is ready to fight. I like this fight. It's a fireworks quick fight. Like, this is the type of fight you want to put up the pay-per-view. It's not going to last long. Should be a banger, and it's gonna be quick. But I think the over is a half a round, and I would probably still take the under here. I would stay away from this gambling-wise, just on pick'em side, because either guy, it's going to be a knockout. So that's where I hedge. But flip a coin and which fighter you want to think that's going to get knocked out first. But bet knockout, bet the inside of one round here.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm with you on that one. Either a knockout or if he goes to the ground, I'm looking at King Green to do like he did in the last one or two. A good submission for King Green is possible here as well. Because, I'm saying, Terrence McKinney's ground game isn't the best because, of course, like you said, because his fights don't really last that long. We've seen King Green, come and do a little bit of razzle-dazzle recently. So if he goes in there and finds his way to, a rear naked choke maybe, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the possibility, maybe in, the early first round, early second round or something like that. Now, as we move to the main card, Botkins, my guy, I know, because I listen to the show, you have some things to say about the main card. Where is your mind at when it comes to that?
Yeah, I mean, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. It's the return of the Mac, baby. Dun-dun-dun-dun. The Mac's going to get knocked out. That's right. It's the return of Conor McGregor. 5 years since we saw Conor McGregor. There's fans out there that don't know what a Conor McGregor fight looks like. I mean, it's been wild. It's not like Conor has been sitting on the couch on either. I mean, wish he was sitting on the couch, but instead he's been on that yacht. He's been doing a little watery stuff every once in a while on that yacht, if it makes my drift with. I mean, they didn't give him an easy fight. He's taking on Max Holloway. He's taking on the Blessed Rest, a guy who is one of the best fighters on the planet. I know Max's last time out didn't go well. Charles Oliveira wrestled the crap out, took him down, and Max couldn't do that. Conor could spend the next 365 days, 24 hours in the gym wrestling. He still wouldn't be good as Charles Oliveira on the ground. So I don't think we have to worry about that here. And not only is it a 5 layoff, he's coming off a brutal leg break. We've never seen any athlete come back from that leg break like that. And we've seen it in MMA, right? Anderson Silva was never the same. His name's escaped, white guy, but that Anders fought when his leg broke. The All-American, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, broke his leg just a couple years ago. Never the same. Even in NFL, Alex Smith, never the same. The only person that's ever come back after a leg break like this and been productive is maybe Paul George in the NBA. But we've never seen a fighter come back like this. And now he's had 5 years. And again, it's not like he was sitting on the couch just nursing up the injury. He's been all the legal troubles and everything else that Cox has. He's bringing it all in. So he's been active. He hasn't won a fight since 2020 against Cowboy Cerrone. Last heyday of Conor was a decade ago. And I know nostalgia is the ultimate drug, folks, and a lot of money has been pouring in on Conor McGregor. And I get it as the casual fans that the money's going to go. But I'm telling you, live, wait till the walkouts. The money's going to put your money on Max Holloway. I think Max could either get it done. Now, you can put a little flyer on Conor here by knockout. Conor's got to knock him out in the first rounds. If he doesn't get him out in the first 2 rounds, even in his prime, his gas wasn't great. And Max will come into deep waters, into the late third, fourth, and fifth, and just start pouring it on. I kind of Max plus by decision plus like 400. I took that bet as well. I did sprinkle a little by knockout because they fighting at 170. Max has never fought 170. The Conor's fought a few times at 170 and is actually cutting down to get to 170. So Conor's going to bring in the bulk in the meat. Max, as we know, long, skinny, but I just think Max is an elite boxer. I don't think that I don't like Conor's chances. Again, this has been the year of the up, right? I said, hey, Ilya smashed Justin Gaethje last time I was on the show and was dead wrong. I mean, kudos to Jim Gaethje. We thought Hamzat was going to smash Sean Strickland. Kudos to Sean Strickland. Can Conor complete the trilogy upset here and keep the year of upsets roll? I just don't think so. You don't get better at something by not doing it. And as the great, Hagler said, it's hard to wake up and get punched in the face waking up in satin sheets, baby. And Conor's been waking up satin sheets on a freaking $1 billion yacht for the last 6 years and some. So it's a lot. It'll be interesting, but still think blessed vest here on Saturday.
For sure. Uncle Scott, you said you wanted to throw in a little something on the conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah, one question, Nick. You have $100. You have one bet to place on this card. Where are you placing the bet? On the card?
I'm placing it on Mac to win. But on the rest of the card, I do like a lot of these fights kind of go over the rounds. Sagan, Mario Patino, two really interesting fights. I like that. Well, Addy, really, the juice worth the squeeze here is the co-main event. Addy Pimblett by submissions plus 400. I really like that. I think he can handle BSD on the ground. Now, if BSD keeps standing, we saw Patty absolutely get mauled by Gaethje. If BSD takes that game, he should win. But I'd like the over on both of those, like the over on that fight too. But if you're really just like, hey, I want something that's going to be worth the squeeze, Patty Pimblett by submission. Not sure it's going to, but that's a lot. The juice is then worth the squeeze. So something that I think could likely happen. And at plus 400, that's really odd. So I really like the juice there. But if I was going to put a little play together, I'd probably put the over on the co-main. It's 2.5 rounds. Sagan and Mario Pista over 2.5 rounds as well. I think both those probably go distance. But that's kind of where I actually think a lot of these fights on main card, other than the opener, probably could go the distance or the 2.5 rounds. Most of them are 2.5, and that's kind of where I'm looking at.
Okay. Yeah, Bobby G, throw it in there. What you got?
Yeah, I was gonna say, my boy's fighting Patty Pimblett. I was just gonna say, what should I expect to see from him?
Yeah, this is a tough bounce back fight for Patty Bobby G. Like Patty, we saw back in January, to absolutely get beat to death by Justin Gaethje. I mean, Justin Gaethje came to the woodshed, the old fashioned woodshed, and just gave him a beating of his life. Now that loss is now aged beautifully because Gaethje is the lightweight champion of the world. So it now it's like, well, at least he didn't get on the stool like we saw Ilya get, right? But I think Patty's got to get to the ground. That's where he's going to be able to win. I do like submission here. If Patty can get to the ground and handle BSD, I think you're going to be all right. Whereas BSD also has staph infection, so I think you'll see early onset like we did with Poirier when he fought Poirier and he had staph, where maybe the first round and a half looks like BSD, then the second half of the second round and the third round, Patty could get it done and possibly pull out either a decision or get submission. I think that's the key. Patty's ground game is elite, one of the better it's division. So I kind of like Patty here by submission again. So for that, and we know, hey, Scousers get knocked out. So he's proved that last time out as well. I mean, if you don't get knocked out by Justin Gaethje, I don't know who's going to get knocked out by, because we've seen Justin put down everybody.
Right.
Scousers don't get knocked out, mate. Hey, man. Hey.
Patty to Patty. Oh, Patty to Patty. Oh. Crowd's going to go absolutely nuts. You got Pat walk out, then Connor's walk out next fight. I enjoy it. Tights, the press should be, I think we're going to see good Connor, try to sell the fight. Like, that's one thing Conor McGregor can do better than anybody, is talk on the stick and sell a fight.
Hey, man,
he's almost good as your boy. He's almost good as your boy, but can I say?
Hey, man, no, I'm almost as good as you, Bob, because we trying to make it, bro. But hey, look, Nick, thanks for joining us again. Of course, anytime there's a fight, I gotta bring my guy on. Do us a huge favor. Tell us where we can catch more Nick Bodkins and where we can join you at, bro.
Again, catch us at the Bodkins Show. That's BODKINS Show, SHOW, on the YouTube, on the Facebook as well. And we'll be talking MMA head kicks and haters every Wednesday night. Please, check that out. When I'll come back on if I'm to next Thursday to discuss the results of the fights, and you can tell me how dumb I am for all my awful picks. Hey, that's the fight game. Shoot or shoot.
That's right, man. The shoot, and you just shot. Big shouts out to our guy, Nick Bodkins, for joining us right here on the RecRoomSports Radio Show. It looks like we're going to have a great weekend of fights, so make sure you tuned in. That's right, UFC 329 this weekend in, guess where, Bobby?
Where? Unique Styles and Trends?
Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right, July the 11th. I can't wait. More to come on the RecRoomSports Radio Show. Hey, man, we got some more tickets to give away. Bobby G, do me a favor. Tell them where to call.
Hey, you can call 904-362-9901. One more time, 904-362-9901.
That's right, y'all. Go ahead, give us a call right now. Get these tickets from Off Me, please. And we will be right back. Do me a favor, Brian. Play something for the homies. Hello. That's right, man. It's your boy K with your mama's #1 draft pick. Boy, what a show did we have today. I'm telling you, thanks once again for Nick Bodkins joining us right here to talk about UFC 329. Don't forget this weekend, July the 11th, Max Bless Holloway will be facing Conor McGregor on his return after 5 years of a layoff from UFC and heavy competition. But this is the end of the show where we got to, sing some praises. Somebody a little bit of inspiration, and we like to bring the internet to the radio, as they say. And recently, last week, we got to talk about CJ2K. That's right, Chris Johnson and his ALS diagnosis and how it has, taken away his faculties, but he's still fighting. He's still being strong, no matter what condition he may currently be in. And the Michael Strahan interview aired this past week with CJ and his wife. What a touching moment, to see him that way, but us mentally remembering him, sliding up and down sidelines, evading DBs and linebackers, running for 2,000 plus yards, and we're not really that far removed from it. But gentlemen, the Ice Bucket Challenge has taken on a life of its own once again. About a few years back, the Ice Bucket Challenge, while we were in COVID, was a big deal. Everybody was, standing there, sitting outside in their yard, dumping buckets of ice on themselves for great causes. And the Brotherhood of the NFL running backs have joined together to represent CJ2K and his fight against ALS. Uncle Scott, I know you got an opportunity to see some about this in some of these, videos and have a feeling on this one. So when you see the participation and where it has come from, what are your thoughts, bro?
It's extremely tough to watch. I mean, we, within the last 5-6 years, saw Chris Johnson run up and down football fields, gaining a lot of yards, being one of the best running backs in the NFL. And to come to this, and the guy is only 39 years old. I mean, that's the sin and shame of it all. He is 39 years old. And, kudos to him for bringing the Ice Bucket Challenge back, because Pete Frady's Boston College was the first guy to start it. And he's bringing it back to get awareness of ALS. I mean, the interview was just heartbreaking. Just watching it. It's just so sad that you don't know from one day to the next what could happen with your health and what God has in store for you. So, again, kudos to Chris Johnson. Kudos to his wife and his family. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that's almost never mentioned, is how it affects the wife and his kids and his family and his parents and all of it. It's just really tough for the whole family. And I hope a lot of good comes of this. And I think the Michael Strahan interview started a lot of good to come from it. And support it. People support it. Just go out there and support it.
For sure.
So,
AP, you have been with us as we talked about it on the side, man. So your thoughts on the Ice Bucket Challenge and what we get to see for the support for CJ2K and his fight against ALS.
Scott kind of mentioned it earlier, but one of the things that one of the quotes I've started living by, especially the last couple of years, is take everything one day at a time. And you never know what could happen from one day to the next. And when you hear something like ALS diagnosis, especially like Scott mentioned, he's only 39 years old. Like that to me is just gut wrenching, because you're taking away. He's in the prime of his life. A guy who's in the prime of his life. Not you forget the NFL career. He's in the prime of his life, and you're saying, "Oh, he's got ALS now," and that's it. It sucks. It really does. And for him to restart that back up, and for the NFL community to respond like they have, has been just awesome to watch. And I would expect it to not only carry over as the season progresses, but I feel like it's going to gain more and more of a following as the NFL season continues to progress. Because not just the NFL, but other sports too will probably start following suit as well. So, it again sucks that he has to go through it, but like you said, family staying strong. They've responded awesomely. The NFL community has responded awesomely to this, and we're all in it together for him. So, kudos to the community for rallying together and coming together for Chris Johnson.
For sure. Bobby G?
Yeah, it's tragic. You hate to see something like that happening to somebody. But with the challenge, I know we live in the day of social media. Everybody likes to put everything out there and kind of, hey, look at me. But for those who, you're showing your support and you're doing the challenge, hey, don't forget that ice bucket challenge is supposed to come with a donation to the cause as well. It ain't just you on the ground dumping ice on yourself. Complete the challenge, make the donation, fully support.
For sure. And on that note, I think we got to do it. Hey, Brian, play that Slice of Life music for us, please. Bobby G, go ahead and do your thing. It's for the show.
Yeah, I'm talking about another form of support, man. We got World Cup going on right now. We say baseball is nearing the All-Star game. We got Summer League and basketball. We're getting ready for training camp in the NFL. A lot going on sports-wise. Small Slice today is just about, hey, all of this is possible because we support the kids. So keep supporting the kids, man. Get them out there playing sports. Let them play as much as they want. Let them play whatever they want. Let them dip their toe in as many pools as possible, so to speak. Again, just like the LS, don't stop there. It's more than just taking your kid to practice and dropping them off. Parents, get involved. Not a fan of football? So what? Learn about the sports. Learn about the element you're putting your kids into, the situation you put them into. Don't let coaches raise your kids. Be there. Ask the questions. Get the knowledge. Learn. I ain't saying you got to train them, but learn what you're getting your kids into. This is how we raise productive athletes, not just selfish athletes. It's not just the coach's responsibility. It's the coaches and the parents combined. That's what turns these kids not only into good players, but good people, good human beings. So, hey, support the kids by showing up, but support the kids by being involved as well.
That's right, man. I like that one right there because as a father myself, I find it wild how all of a sudden, it's gone from, cartoons and playing the game to want to be a defensive back. Like, oh, you want to play DB now? Okay, yeah. All right. It's hot. It's hot outside. The sun is out. Put your shoes on. Let's go run. Let's go participate because we just can't be a DB from the couch. Man, Bobby G, that was a great slice of life. Yeah, man, please participate in your children's lives. I have so many. I am so excited to do a little something for each of them as they grow. And that's just what I'm gonna do as a active parent. Uncle Scott, AP Alan Perales, and then of course we've got Bobby G from Audible Sports Podcast and Game Time 216. This your boy K Witch, Mama's #1 draft pick. We had a great show. I was so excited to talk about all of this stuff, but somehow, some way, it's come to an end. So it's all over. It's all said and done. We'll be back next Thursday to talk more. It's the game for the RecRoomSports Radio show. Brian, play us out.
See ya.
See.